I'm Jason Layton, creator of WrestlingTournaments.com. Let me introduce you to Wrestling Club Management. To get to your club management dashboard, go to the account menu in the top right and then select My Teams. Here, you can select Club Management for your team. This brings us to our Club Management dashboard. The very first thing we're going to do is set up your location. Let's go into Locations, and then let's name it. Once I filled out the information, I click Add Location, and then it gets added to my team location. Now that your location is set up, let's begin setting up your practices. Head over to Practices, select Practice Schedule, and let's start by creating a practice type. At my location, we offer wrestling practices. But if you wanted to offer jiu-jitsu practices or kickboxing practices, you could list them here as well. Now that we've got wrestling practice set up as a practice type, let's head back to the practice schedule and let's begin adding practices. Now the first practice I'm going to set up is for my future champs, which are the wrestlers that I coach that are ages from 5 to 7 years old. I host these practices on Tuesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. Right now, I would only be setting up a single practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a series end date that's far into the future. This way, we have a practice every Tuesday scheduled for the next few years. Everything looks good. I'm going to click Submit. Great, the practices have been scheduled. If I scroll down now, I can begin seeing the practices in the schedule. Let's now set up all of our regular practices for our older wrestlers. Okay, coaches. I've gone ahead and set up the full schedule for my team. We run a future champs practice from 5 to 6 on Tuesday. Then we have our youth practice 4 days a week from 6 to 7:30. The same with our high school. And then we have an extra high school practice here. If you wanted to cancel a practice, I could just click on it and then I'd be able to cancel this practice, or I could cancel all future practices. So if I was just canceling this week, I could do this. Now this practice will disappear from my schedule, but if I go to the next week, they'll have it. Or I could click on the practice and cancel all future practices, which will cancel this practice and every practice after it. So just to show it to you, now that I've gone and done that, if I go to the following week, they are all gone. Now that my practice is set up, let's create purchasing options for your athletes. We're going to scroll back up to the top and we're going to select practices again. And here we're going to discuss memberships and practice packs. The difference between memberships and practice packs are that memberships allow unlimited practices for a certain amount of days, while practice packs allow customers to purchase individual practices either one at a time or in groups. Let's start with memberships. We're going to select membership offerings, and I'm going to set up my first membership. Let's say 1 month unlimited. This is going to be 30 days long, and we're going to charge $100 for it. I'm going to allow anyone to purchase this, and this is going to be a one-time purchase only. Lastly, athletes can purchase this as many times as they like. Let's create the membership. Great. I could also go ahead and set up a 3-month unlimited for $250. Maybe I want to set up 1 month automatic billing where they're only charged $90 automatically every 30 days. I would select automatically renew and charge the customer when the package expires. Down below, you can see all of the products you've created. Let's show you a few other things. Sometimes you want to give certain customers a discount. For example, maybe your nephew, you don't want him to pay anything. What I could do is set up a membership called Free Month, set it to be $0, but instead of making it public, I could make it private. Now, when I create this membership, I can see the option to add people who are allowed to purchase. Here, I can click into this and type the athlete's name. Now, only Daniel Gable will be able to see and purchase this option. other athletes will not know that it exists. Now that we've created a few different memberships, let's create some practice packs. I'll select practice packs. Then let's set up our offering. I'm going to start with the free trial class. It will include one practice for $0. It will be public, but instead of making it unlimited, I'm going to limit it to one time. Now, any customer who purchases the free trial class can purchase it only one time and use it. This is a great way to get people started at your academy. I'm going to set up a few more packages. Okay, I've gone and created a couple different practice packs for my academy. We've now set up our memberships and our practice packs, so that way people can begin purchasing them. For customers to purchase it, what they're going to do is they're going to search for your team. When the customer reaches your team's page, they will be able to see private lessons, practice schedule, purchase a membership, or purchase practices. Let's start by trying to purchase a practice. It prompts the customer to select from their athletes. Then your customer sees all of the different options that they can select. I'm going to start with the free trial class. Here, it will prompt the customer to share information with you. This way you'll have access to their email, their phone number, their child's birthday, etc. And then they can submit payment. Since this is a free trial, it's free. Okay, now that people have begun to purchase memberships and practice packs to your club, let's grant access to your coaches so that they can check them into practice. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Practices from the Club Management menu. We're going to select Practice Schedule, and then we're going to look for Grant Check-in Permission. Here, I can select from people on my team to allow access for this. I'm going to select Jason the coach, and I'm going to grant him permission. Now, Jason the coach will be able to check people into practice. This is what it will look like from Jason's screen. Jason searches for the team. He selects practice schedule. And then he clicks on the practice. Since Jason is a coach, he sees this check-in information. Your customers, on the other hand, would only be able to see practice notes. Jason can now type in the athlete's name and check them into practice. It tells me that they've successfully checked in and lets me know that they have no remaining practices of this type. If I made a mistake, I could remove the check-in. Let's check out Search Local Athletes. Here, we give you access to all of the athletes in the WrestlingTournaments.com database who live close to your location. All you need to do is select your location and search. Now, I'm showing fake data here, so there's only 3 people, but normally in most locations we have hundreds of people that are within a few miles of your location. You can filter by age, weight, rating, based on different competition styles, and how recently they've weighed in. This is a great tool for helping you find different practice partners or partners for private lessons. If the customer is signed up for Partner Finder, you'll see their notes here. Let's head back. Enrolling your team in coverage with the Association of American Wrestling is very simple. Click Insurance. Here, you can just click Enroll your team in coverage, select your location, and fill out this short form, and then your team will be covered. This will guarantee that all athletes are covered when they try to check in. If they are not covered, it will not allow them to check in and they will have to purchase coverage first. Next, let's take a look at your roster and contact info. Here, you can see all of the athletes that have joined your team, along with their age and their birthday and their phone number and their email. You can even see their ratings. If you click on their name, you can go to their profile and see recent videos of them. You can also see people who've requested to join, athletes that you've invited to join, and your former athletes. That concludes our overview of the Wrestling Club Management software from WrestlingTournaments.com.